Hey guys, so I thought it would be a good idea. A couple people had said that they would like to see my photos from when I went to the fort here in Prescott. This is one of the first pics I took. So this is where the dining area where they got to eat. This here was oh no, not a manager, not a captain. Let's go with head bitch in charge, okay? That's whose room this was, and they shared it with another important person, and I apologize. I can't remember. I can't remember. I just want to see if there's any, like, ghosts in here. I haven't looked at these yet. But it was just so neat, like, the stuff that they wore, just the furniture's just beautiful. Look at that bed. Ever neat. And that cabinet right there, oh my god, I'd love that. Beautiful. That's where they got to eat. Nice, eh? Oh, this is the women's bathroom. That's what it was that. Can you imagine sitting beside your friend? So how is it going? Because you both got the shits really bad, so you both have to go at the same time, and this is the stall. I'm sorry, I think that's funny. Now this is the boys. Oh yeah, they just pee right through down into all the way down on the ground. And this is the hallway. When you first come in the doors, it looks like a castle. It's pretty neat. Like back there, back that room where it's all dark, I got cold in there. It freaked me out. Here's one of the rooms. Just all the stuff that they have. I think it's so neat. I'm looking for ghosts. What is this? Oh, that's their guns. Okay, that was their guns. Shit. Isn't that beautiful? That's what they wore. And if you can... let me see. Damn, it's so hard to read. But it's a diary excerpt, and it's from Sergeant John Carson, the 65th Regiment of Foot. It's all English, and then at the bottom it's in French. So, detachment of an officer, one sergeant, and 30 rank and file of the left wing of the 65th Regiment will embark tomorrow for Prescott. That's where I live. Embarked according to orders and arrived at Prescott the same evening. Prescott heretofore was a military station, but on account of the long peace, it was long deserted. On account of the recent disturbances, they erected the barracks afresh and also built up the fort and mounted 6 long 18 with 26 pounds of cannon. I was the first sergeant that took the barracks over on the 20th June 1839. Then it was not completely finished. Remained here until 20th of May 1840. And I just wish these were a little bit bigger. A soldier's pewter, what is that, coat tree button. A coatee of Sergeant John Carson. So that would be this beautiful thing right there. Neat, eh? Another gun. There's a bunch of artifacts in there. Again, I wish I made it so we could read this. What is that? Plumber Young. Hamilton. What is that? Jessup. There's a lot of Jessups in this graveyard. They were the first people to come to Prescott. So there's a lot of them in the graveyard that I'm right beside. Windmill Point. Let's even see that on the gun. There's a man smoking. The Rebellion of the St. Lawrence, the Battle of the Windmill. And those are all artifacts that were found at the site. There's a bunch of write-ups and stuff. It's, like I said, I apologize. It's hard to read. But if you want to take a screenshot. There you go. So the bottom is French, but the top you can read that as well. Sorry. I don't know. Why did it do that on me? What is this one? It's kind of blurry. What is it? Nick von Schultz? Niels von Schultz, I think. It's kind of blurry. You can read it, just kind of blurry. There's more artifacts at the bottom. These were the guns all right there. Fort Wellington. That's what it's called, is Fort Wellington. Orders from the guard room. It's hard to read. Sorry, what's this one? I don't know. Orders for centuries. Yeah, I never even thought about making it legible. I don't know what that is, but I remember I wanted it. I thought it was really pretty. It goes on a head, I think. There's a actual letter written down there that I tried to take a screenshot of. Even when you're in person, it's barely legible. There's pieces of broken plate and stuff like that down here at the bottom. They were all found on the grounds of Fort Wellington. My family lives right across the road from it, and there has been many things that they have found in the ground that belong to the fort. Yeah, it's really neat. What is this? The anatomy of the second Fort Wellington. I don't know, I thought you guys would be interested in that. There is my fucking shadow. What the hell is this? Leather and something. Oh, it's a cartridge box is what that is. That's neat. All these little tiny things I do not know, and of course I can't read it. So like I said, I wanted to do a walkthrough and I want to do an EVP session. Then that way I can read everything to you guys, kind of like you're with me, and I'll go live and do it. I think it'll be neat. Looks like I don't even know what that looks like. What is that? Stoneware ink bottle. Held black Indian ink, commonly used for military correspondence. Wooden scrub brush. Really? Something I had used for something. I'm sorry, I don't know. Salt beef. This is where they stored all the food and stuff like that. So there it all is. I just love this stuff. It's so neat. The magazine and the shifting room. That is what I thought was holding alcohol. No, that would be cartridge powder, Nicole, not alcohol. Now, those are beds. So what would happen is, well, back in their day, so the parents would sleep on the beds and the children would actually sleep under the beds. Yeah, and this is the room. This is on the upper level where they would hear like running footsteps, cries, laughing, all that good stuff. And this is where they played games. They actually had this set up for children so they can go and make hats and play games and draw and color and whatever. There's the beds on this side. And then this here, let me see. But see those bottles right there? So my uncle, we have found so many of these. Yeah. Health and hygiene. So a surgeon provided medical care to British regulars and the Canadian militia at the military hospital in Prescott. Soldiers' families supplied their own treatments, usually patent medicines and home remedies. Personal hygiene and barrack cleanliness was encouraged to reduce illness caused by overcrowding and poor ventilation. No idea what this middle part says or what's on that book. It's very hard to read even in person. This one's full of stuff. All this is found, yeah, right here at the fort. Neat, eh? There's those blue plates. There's a couple pieces that my uncle has found in his garden. Wait a minute, isn't that the blue church? That place is haunted. I've heard all about that. I'll have to look up that too. Is that bones? Well, it's showing pig, duck. Don't know what that is. Fish, pumpkin. These objects were found in the latrine. What are they? What do they tell us about the life at the fort? Yeah, those weird bottles. There's so many that we found. Neat. There is the guns on the right-hand side. That looks like a boot to me. Yep, a boot. There's some books again. What is that? Oh, that's my aunt. A garrison for the Canadian militia and the British regulars. What the hell is it? Oh my god, I got my feet in there. Of course I did. Cowbone. Table scraps were thrown in the latrine even though it was against orders. Wool. Rags from clothes were used for cleaning and as toilet wipes. Wool on the ass. Okay. There's another book, another ledger. It's hard to read. And I thought that was pretty cool. All these costumes. Artifacts from the fort's past. Like, look at their hat. Isn't that neat? I keep saying that. Isn't it neat? It is. Royal Canadian something something. Are they like badges? They must be. The Militia Depot, 1870 to 1920. The Formidable Deterrent. I'm not actually sure what that is. There you go. You can read it if you guys want to. Actually, I'll read it for you. At the height of the Fenian threat in the spring of 1866, the authorities stationed troops at Fort Wellington. However, this formidable deterrent was never asked to fight. In fact, the American authorities in the state of New York dismissed the Fenians before they could attack Canada. The border tension was renewed in the spring of 1870. The Fenians this time sought to concentrate their attacks on the southern Quebec border and along the St. Lawrence from Prescott to Cornwall. The Canadian government got wind of these plans by an effective network of spies and again mobilized its troops. However, the American government stepped in to prevent the Fenians from carrying out their plans. So that was probably a good thing. I'm not even sure. Assembly of the Fenians at Malone, New York Railway Depot, 1870. Skirmish at Cook's Corners. Skirmish near, I don't even know how to say that. What is that? Fraleysburg? Shit, I did it again. Sorry. This phone's fucking touchy. The Battle of Ridgeway, June 1st, 1866, it says. And the Skirmish Trout River, May 27, 1870. Canadian soldiers during the Trout River skirmish. Okay. Irish-American Wrath. Oh yeah, I was hoping I could get this for you guys to read. So you want to pause and try to read it. Yeah, that one's very legible. Same with that. Oh, at least you could read this part. There we go. The Irish-American Wrath. Infantry Manual. So inside cover of the military manual used by garrison at the fort. National War Museum. Defending the River Lifeline. Don't know if you can read this. Oh, you can. Just pause to read. There you go. And what is this? Oh, it got the Battle of what? It's hard to read. Of Chrysler's Farm. November 1813. There you go. The Raid on Ogdensburg, February 1813. And this is, so that's the fort in the middle. There's, this is like a little, just show you what it looks like on the inside, or on the outside, sorry. What is this? I don't. Of course, my hand's in the way. The rebellion was preceded by a war of words, of speeches, and proclamations. After the failure of the December 1837 uprising, many rebels fled into exile in the United States, from where they launched raids along the border. Wow. W.L. Mackenzie's proclamation, inciting residents of Upper Canada to revolt. Okay. Battle of the Windmill, 1838. That is kind of blurry, but I think I could still read it. Ooh, so this was underground. So I thought this was really cool to show you guys. So that's where they would have all their rifles and stuff to shoot across at the States. Yeah. It was so cold down there, but because it was so hot outside, like the rocks were sweating. Yeah. That was the last stop, I believe. Huh? I think my son might have took this, because I know I wouldn't. He must have saw something. He's into sunsets and the moon and, so I don't know, he must have took it. Anyways, so that was my little adventure yesterday. I do plan on going back, actually. Even to get in there, it's really cheap. It's like $4.50 per person. But it was free because it was Canada Day. I think weekends are free too, but during the week it's like $4.50 or something. However, I do want to go. I would like to record and talk about it and show you guys everything. And I don't know, maybe we'll catch some AVPs. That would be pretty cool. But I don't see any ghosties in this at all. No ghosts. I haven't seen any. If you guys see something that I don't, let me know. All right, have a good night, guys.